So hello people and welcome to the Organised Nonsense podcast. My name is Kevin Smith and I'm here with Sean Reidy.
Of course. We were gonna have a normal episode today, but the other one's not here.
What other one? It's me and you. It's always been me and you.
Yep.
It's
never
been anyone else.
May as well have been. At least come on, just. I'm not even gonna make that fucking joke. We make that joke every 4 weeks, don't we? I really shouldn't. I was talking to him the other day, Jim.
Jim.
Jim, yeah. The topic changed to sodomy within like 6 messages. Like pretty much as soon as Christian came into the conversation, the topic changed to sodomy. It was very strange.
What a coincidence. Actually, I've had a fanfic written about me in the past week.
Ah, interesting.
With me
any
and
sodomy involved?
I don't know. I can't read it. The writing's too weird. It's with one of Caleb's friends.
I assume Caleb was not the one who wrote it.
No.
He is just a way to connect this story to what I know. Yeah. But yeah, we've had weeks, I assume. Well,
yeah.
I'm not sure I should assume.
I've done some stuff. I got Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's Mario Kart again.
Yeah, but I love it so much more on the Switch than I do on a portal on a what's it called, an actual console.
Have you forgotten the name of the Wii U?
Oh, that's
is that the word you were looking for? Yeah, Wii U.
I have it in my room and I'm looking at it right now. But
so am I.
But
I am going to unplug it because it's the only console with a good internet browser, and sometimes you need the internet on the television.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, gotta have that. Anime.com. You gotta when you're going to anime.com trying to watch the Joey Joes. You can't really do that on the PS4. Yeah, you can't do full screen video in the PS4 web browser.
What? That's dumb.
Yeah, you can't do. Yeah, it is. I don't think you can do full screen anything in the PS4 web browser. There's always like a little border around it. It's pretty dumb. Yeah. So yeah, what about it makes it so much better besides being on an actual nice piece of hardware?
Yeah, it's just the fact that I can hold it in my hands so much easier. Or then the gamepad was always sort of a little unwieldy to hold. Like but like you wouldn't. I mean, not like uncomfortable, but you wouldn't want to be holding it for extensive periods of time or anything.
Sure, I could see that. I've been playing some. I've been managing to play. I played split screen on a bus the other day. That was pretty good. Sitting there on a bus. Says, hey, fucking iOS. So I've been living in a Switch ad for the past week. I've tried doing something similar, but the biggest issue for me has been the kickstand. No, I just put it in my bag and fucking just destroy your neck. Who cares? It's worth it.
The kickstand it's not great. Just in general.
I haven't had too many issues with it, but you do need it needs to be on a table, basically.
Yeah.
It won't work on anything else. But yeah, it is funny, like, looking back on when the Switch was first announced, like, nobody's gonna actually fucking play split screen with those tiny controls. And like, no, yeah, here we are. Yeah, now I'm waiting for the people playing ARMS in fucking parks.
Are you gonna get ARMS?
I won't. Brother might. I might just egg him on a bit. I'm not that interested. It seems okay. But no, the main thing is because it is the first big multiplayer Switch game that does not let you play 2-player with the Joy-Cons. You do need a full other controller for that game. Yeah, it isn't motion only, so you can get a Pro Controller and do it that way. But I don't know how well that's going to work.
Yeah, like as in ARMS seems interesting to me, but I'm definitely not gonna shell out full price for it. Like maybe if in a year or something it's €20, I might get it.
I remember when Splatoon launched at €40, and yeah, that was weird. Why aren't they doing that with these games?
Yeah,
'cause I would buy ARMS at 40 probably.
yeah.
And
Probably.
I'm buying Splatoon 2 at 60. So.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way about Splatoon 2.
What? You gonna buy it? I'm gonna buy it.
No, then I'm not gonna buy it up front.
Yeah.
I might buy it at some point.
There's still stuff about that game we need to know, like if that game has the same, because I would have been totally content playing to pay full price for Splatoon day one if I hadn't like known how long that free content would come in. And I think I need that assurance with Splatoon 2 as well, because they haven't flat out said that yet. I'm assuming they will.
I think
but they haven't came
out.
out.
Did they not? I could have sworn they said at some point that they were going to be doing the free content doling it.
I haven't seen anything, but like for how long they're doing it as well.
Yeah.
Because Splatoon did that for a year and a half, right?
Was it?
They're still. Yeah, it was.
Jeez.
They were like the last weapons in Splatoon. Yeah, at least a year and a half after the game came out. Although I say that, but the entire time I played Splatoon, I was using a weapon that has been in the game since launch day. So.
No, yeah, like that was one of the issues I had with the added content. Like, not a whole lot of it seemed particularly sort of intriguing to me.
Well, that was just how I felt about the weapons, because I had my weapon that I liked.
Yeah, I was the same. I had settled into sort of a splat roller.
I was Aerospray from day one. Like, no, because the Aerospray was fucked OP. Like, first week that game was out. And I think it seemed like it settled down, but I kept using it the whole time.
But yeah, I sort of settled into the roller, and then sort of I came back for the first couple of new weapons, but then after a while, none of them seemed interesting enough for me to want to go back and play.
Yeah, it was maps and modes for me. Like a lot of those later maps are really good.
Yeah, I don't think I played any of them.
Like there's one where in the last like minute and a half, the playing area basically doubles. So it's really cool. Like there's a bunch of water, and like a minute and a half before the match ends, there are just a bunch of platforms that rise in the water, and you can splat up, and those are all turf. That's the best map in the game, honestly. But I like Splatoon a lot. That's a good game. I'm very excited for Splatoon 2. Maybe not as much as I could be, but that's what's going to happen when you're making that sort of sequel. But I think the thing that a lot of people are angry about how much of a like pretty. It's a bare bones sequel, but I think my issue with people criticizing that is that like I don't know what you do with. I don't know how you really move forward with that in a big way, like because I think it's there. You don't really nothing crazy you need to add there, just more stuff. And a better single player. And I feel the same. We've talked about this extensively. I don't know if much of it has been on the podcast, but I don't know where they're going to go with Smash. And I guess we might actually talk about that later this episode. My week. Unless you have anything else from you?
No, I don't think so. Nothing really that I can think of. I read a tiny bit more of Part 6. That was about it.
Yeah. Part 6 is pretty good. I like it a lot.
My plan is to be caught up by the end of the summer.
Yeah, that's pretty feasible. Because I started part 1 like July.
Yeah, I remember because we started around the same time.
And I was finished, caught up start of October, like that, and that was from part 1 to 8. So yeah, you should definitely be able to manage that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started part 6 in end of August. So yeah, that's pretty feasible.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah, what have I done this week? I walked into a comic book shop, took their finest Boruto goods, and walked out. I haven't actually read it. Has my mic died? No.
No,
okay.
You're still there.
Yeah, I'm too sure of myself, expecting a fucking reaction for that dumb Boruto joke.
No, say that. Yeah, no, something happened. Say it again. I didn't hear.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I as you are wont to do on the first Saturday of May, I walked into my nearest comic book shop, which is about an hour away. Walked in, took their finest free Boruto goods, and walked out.
I tried to go in and do the same, but they were sold out.
Of Boruto?
Of everything.
Oh,
okay. But I asked specifically for Boruto.
I haven't read the Boruto yet. I'm very sorry. I did actually. What?
No, I thought for a second that you for some reason I thought for a second that you meant like the actual manga, and I was like, wait.
No. Yeah, I have read all of the actual manga, but
wait,
I haven't read this Boruto yet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I love Boruto. My son.
See, I know you're fucking with me, but I hope you're not.
I love the part where Boruto fights Nosuke.
What?
Nosuke. Sasuke's son, Nosuke.
See, like, for the first half of that sentence, I was like, I don't follow the Boruto manga like closely.
Boruto.
Like, I don't follow it closely enough to remember any of the character names, and I'm like, that sounds.
You believe Nosuke?
I mean, there's Boruto. Like, the bar's pretty low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What have I read? I read Secret Empire. Secret Empire Free Comic Book Day. It looks real nice. I still don't like anything about the concept of that story, and I don't
What is the concept of that story?
So remember when Captain America did the Hail Hydra thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the big summer event now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and a bunch of people are Hydra now, including Magneto.
How does that work? You can't see it, but I'm face palming right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could assume. See, and like a lot of it seems kind of okay. Spoilers for all of those of you who care about the wonderful Marvel Summer Event Secret Empire Free Comic Book Day taster. That Free Comic Book Day taster ends with no Nazi Captain America lifting Thor's hammer, which is a statement. Is a statement to make.
Hold on.
To be clear, Captain America is the villain in this story, but still, that's maybe a bad thing to do.
Yeah, I have no words.
Yeah, it's.
I have no words.
And the annoying thing is, like, the art in this comic is fucking amazing, and it feels wasted. Yeah, it's a sad situation. Yeah. What else have I read? I read.
I'm downloading Comixology now.
Yeah.
I need.
That Free Comic Book Day issue also had featured within it Chip Zdarsky's Spider-Man. Are you familiar with the work of Mr. Zdarsky?
Zdarsky,
Yeah.
I am. He did Howard the Duck, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Now he's writing Spider. He also did Sex Criminals, which is
Yeah, yeah. That's how I know him from. I need to catch back up on Sex Criminals actually.
he's doing Spider-Man. He's doing a Spider-Man run.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a preview of that in there, and that seems pretty good.
Is he writing it or drawing it?
He's writing it.
Oh, I don't think did he write or draw
wrote
the
Howard.
Duck? Yeah, I read
He
like
wrote Howard.
2
I don't know if he
issues.
drew it.
I think I read like 2 issues of Howard the Duck.
Was Sex Criminals co-written?
I don't think so. I think it was just all Fraction.
Hmm. Yeah, Fraction totally fucked off from Marvel, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Makes
did.
sense. Makes sense, I guess, after what happened.
What happened? What you mean?
Hawkeye got. They put out a new Hawkeye series before his Hawkeye ended.
Oh yeah, I remember that happening.
Yeah.
I remember I had a huge conversation with Cahill about it. Yeah, that was a good series too. Real good. Like I didn't like it at first, but then I reread it.
I did.
As in, I read the first volume and wasn't really into it, but it was forced upon me again, and I gave it another go, and I loved it. Like, it's one of my favorites, I'd say.
It's fantastic. It is the reason the Hawkeye is one of my 3 favorite Marvel characters. It's, yeah. Marvel do a lot of things.
Oh Jesus! I just opened up what's it called, Comixology, and one of the first comics you see is Valiant High issue 2, and it's a football player dabbing.
Yep. Well, it's about Valiant High is basically just a fucking high school AU, but official though. It's really weird. It's like some bullshit high school fan fiction, but no, it's official. And Valiant also let you sell fan fiction of their works on Amazon for money.
Who?
It's really weird. Valiant.
That's weird.
The publisher.
Yeah.
They do some good stuff. Yeah, what else have I done this week? Other than Boruto related things. I've done nothing other than Boruto really. Let me think.
I mean, that's all you need to do.
Everything that's not Boruto is a blur to me, really. I played the Prey demo while watching some Boruto in the background. That's somewhat cool. It's sort of a, System Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to make System Shock, but modern though. And playing that demo reminded me of the very cool, very good Prey 2 that was announced. A sequel to the. Are you familiar with the original Prey?
I've heard good things about it, I think, but
it's a somewhat cool old school shooter about where you play as a Native American man named Tommy who's really angry all the time, and he's stuck in some sort of alien prison thing. And they were going to make a sequel to that would have you playing as a space bounty hunter in an open world, which seems really cool. And then that game was almost done, and Bethesda just completely fucking cancelled it because the developers would not let Bethesda buy them, so they cancelled the game. And fuck Bethesda for that. That said, this new Prey seems kind of cool, I guess, but also
is this the Prey that they announced? And it has seemingly nothing to do with the original.
It has absolutely fucking nothing to do with the original at all. In fact,
I remember. I remember us talking about this last year at E3, actually.
Yeah. In fact, they specifically asked that they make no references to the original Prey at all. No.
Jesus.
Yeah. And curiously enough, one thing this game does is on Steam, if you have this game installed, it deletes the original Prey.
What? That you would assume that Valve would classify that as malware.
Okay, no. There is it overwrites it, which I guess is apt.
Oh yeah, that.
But I think that's a consequence of two things. The original Prey is no longer sold on the Steam store because of fucking course it isn't, you fuckers. And the other thing is that I think they just gave it the same file name by accident. Folder name, file name, you know. Fuck Bethesda. Like, just in general, they do a lot of things that I don't like, despite publishing some okay video games sometimes. I don't feel quite the same way about their internal development, as you might know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Skyrim for Switch. Huh. Some people are probably gonna fucking buy that. The cunts.
I mean, again, like, if it's on sale for like a tenner in 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I kind of feel like I've had my fill of Skyrim. I'll say that much. Anything else?
I played about 2 hours of Skyrim. 2 or 3, a couple of hours anyway, and yeah, I had my fun with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to play much of that. Now, yeah, I guess that was a news story. That Prey deletes Prey. So, yeah, we're in the news already, clearly. I don't even need to introduce us. And our next news story, of course, is the Kotaku are reporting that the previously rumored Mario Rabbids game is in fact coming. Like Laura Kate Dale may have said. Not that I want to prove any points or anything. But yeah, it is supposedly called Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and is a turn-based RPG featuring, and the party members featured in this RPG. Kevin, I'm going to ask you to take a guess. What party members are in this Mario RPG?
I'm trying to remember, what was it? There was Mario, Luigi, Mario Rabbid, Rabbid dressed like Mario,
yep, Rabbid,
and Rabbid dressed like Luigi.
No, it's worse than that. It's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, and Rabbids dressed as Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi. Come on, guys, just do something, you know? It's sort of a symptom of the Paper Mario thing, you know? Of just like, okay, we could make original characters. Or hear me out, guys. We could make everyone Toads. And this smacks of that, but even worse, because it's a rabbit in a Mario hat. I'm looking forward to this. I think they can do something with this game. I want to know more, obviously. Like if it's on that Rayman tech, you know, that could be really cool. Seeing Mario rendered in that art style, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd actually be cool. Did you play any of the other Rabbids games?
I played the GBA one. That was an actual video game and not a minigame collection. That one was pretty cool.
I played the Wii one.
Yeah, I never played the Wii one. I don't know why that happened. It just did. An image has just come across my Twitter of someone lighting a cigarette with a burning copy of Secret Empire, and yeah, that's pretty good. So, yeah, I think that's a way to move into what we're probably doing with the rest of this episode, because it's not like Christian will let us do this when he's here.
Yeah, certainly not. I mean,
yeah,
he's Christian.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little early. Certainly, E3 is not for another 40 days? Maybe? I don't know. E3's in a while. We might talk about E3 some more when Christian's here with things that he might care about. But now we're going to talk about Nintendo, because they're doing an E3. They're hyping it up as a pretty big one. which I kind of believe because this is a big E3 for them.
Yeah,
you know?
it needs to
They kind
be.
of got to prove some stuff. Yeah. So, what do we think? What 3DS games do we think are going to get announced at this conference? Because I'm thinking all of them.
Yeah, I hopefully not a whole lot, but I know that but I feel as though I know that there's gonna be a lot.
Oh yeah, it's foolish to hope for no 3DS games because they're coming. There's no way out. It's just gonna happen. We can't do anything about it. We're gonna get those 3DS games. We're gonna have to fucking take them. Except I can't because I don't know where my 3DS is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do you not know where your 3DS is either?
No, I know where mine is.
Oh, man.
Are you? How long do you think?
Finish Picross 3 you want to?
How long do you think it's gonna take before you lose your Switch?
Well, it goes in the dock every night, so should be a while, you know. Hopefully, when the Switch Slim comes. No, but I wouldn't want a Switch Slim because that'd just be a smaller screen.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's an alright size as is, you know. I wouldn't want a Switch XL. I don't think.
Yeah, I like the size that it is now. But
Don't give me a Switch Mini. Give me a Switch Lite. Because that's one thing we talked about the new 2DS last week, but it basically seems like a 3DS Lite.
Yeah.
At long last.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let me guess. What thing that people want on Switch will end up on Wii U instead? On 3DS. Will the words Wii U be mentioned at any point?
No.
In this at E3,
Wii
unless it is referring to this game as a port of Super Smash Brothers for Wii U.
They need to do Smash for Switch.
Smash is coming. We'll get to that. Well, yeah, we're getting the main event out of the way first. You know, those 3DS games. How much?
Yeah, it's sad that that's true.
How much you willing to bet? Fucking F-Zero 3DS.
Oh, if they do F-Zero 3DS, I don't you're right there.
Yeah, no, I'm just. It's just,
I'm not even a particularly big fan of F-Zero.
Oh, it's so great. Everyone can feel the way I felt fucking watching. My worst moment in I think all of E3 history is the reveal of Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Yeah.
You remember how I looked.
Oh, honestly, one of the most hilarious experiences I've had.
Remember, the week before that, and I was like, yeah, I want Wii U. I just want Animal Crossing on Wii U.
No, yeah, I remember, because, as soon as it came up, there was, a flurry of text from you, being like, oh my god, they're doing it, they're really doing it, and then it was Amiibo Festival, and you instantly dropped.
Yeah, that was worse. That was worse than TMS. That was way worse than TMS. Because, I was okay with what TMS was. Way more okay with what TMS was than with what Amiibo Festival was. I watched a full game of Amiibo Festival once.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
It's because I had to know. So essentially, it's fucking Monopoly.
Did you not already know this?
No, but it's Monopoly, but you get a chance card every turn. Essentially, that's just it. And the turnips come into it eventually. You got to take turnip stock, you know.
What?
Yeah, turnips, you know. Turnips, the whole Animal Crossing stock market turnips thing, you know. You buy the turnips low, you sell the turnips high.
No. I never really did a whole lot of
The turnip stuff? No, neither do I.
Well, I didn't. Well, I never really did even a whole lot of Dark Souls stuff. I mean, not Dark Souls. Why did I say Dark Souls?
Dark You just get Dark Souls from Animal Crossing?
No, yeah, I'm looking at. It's a long story, but yeah, Animal Crossing. Yeah, what are you saying? You don't get a. You don't get Animal Crossing and Dark Souls confused frequently?
Do you think that there was that rumor of Dark Souls trilogy for Switch? Think that's still coming?
Not really. I mean, it kind of depends. Like if they start announcing a lot of like it's one of I could see it happening. I think it's unlikely at the moment. Just because we haven't seen a whole lot of third party support.
Well, I think it's on pace with the Wii, so I think that's coming. And this isn't a system you can exploit in the same way as the Wii. Whereas it's more a system you can exploit in the way of the PS2. So we're going to see those kinds of garbage games instead of.
Yeah, boy.
Well, no, I think that. Well, obviously, the difference with the PS2 era is that games were so much cheaper to make then.
What's it called? I think it was Colin Moriarty of when he was kind of fun. He used to work for Funny Games. He went on like for like 15 minutes about how gaming is like cheaper now than it's ever been.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean development is.
No, I think. Yeah,
development's more expensive than ever. Case.
Moving back
so
into
back to the matter at hand. Donkey Konga 3, yes or no? I say yes.
Not.
Definitely. No, think about Donkey Konga with the Joy-Cons. It'd work. You don't even need the bongos. Just hit it. I will be amazed if Nintendo do not make a drumming game at some point with the Joy-Cons, because they're even better for it than the Wii and the Nunchuck were. What other random bullshit from Nintendo's history would work very well on Switch? I'm going through all of the games Nintendo has ever published, of course. NBA Courtside 2002. They're looking for that hot multiplayer game. NBA Courtside 2002 too.
2022.
Doshin the Giant. Never heard of this one. I'm in the GameCube era planet because that's where all the. Oh my god! What the fuck is this? Game was never released in Europe, huh? Doshin is a giant that is the reincarnation of the sun and appears to the islanders of Boruto every day. It says Baruto, but it's Boruto. The natives utilize Doshin's size and abilities to build monuments or interact with each other in daily life. Doshin is known as the Love Giant. So I think that's all we really need to see of that.
I'm looking through.
That's weird. I've never heard of this at all. That's very strange. I'd like a Wario game, just some form of Wario game.
Yeah, I think a WarioWare game would work well with the.
Yeah. I know. Donkey Konga 3 already existed, so sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm looking for Donkey Konga 4. Donkey Konga 2 and 3, very sadly, did not come out outside of Japan, I believe. A real fucking tragedy, that. I think one of the later Donkey Kongas may have had a Fire Emblem music in it. So there is audio track out there of Donkey Kong singing along to Fire Emblem music, which is pretty great.
That's great. That is great.
Fire Emblem's coming next year. You think we'll see much of that? Because they've already announced it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, will they show it?
I mean, I think so. Probably.
Yeah. But I feel like that's a known quantity, and if it's really as big of a show as they're making it out to be, they might just leave that. Because I don't know that is... Like, Fire Emblem's made E3... Yeah, made E3 last year. Well, no. or the year before, or whenever. The bad E3, 2015. It made E3 that year. Probably because that's the bad E3.
Yeah, coincidentally, the year we started covering it.
Yeah. What a wonderful year that was for video games. Federation Force, complete with split screen multiplayer. I'm just gonna go through the Wii U games and see which ones they could probably get away with porting. Nintendo Land, probably not. New Super Mario Brothers U, probably not. Sing Party.
Are you going through all of them?
Yeah, of course I am. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna. Pikmin 4. That's probably coming. I feel like that's coming, but also, it seems like they want to promote that 3DS Pikmin game for whatever fucking reason.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
And who's that for? Yeah, that's being made by the Yoshi's New Island people. Like, I don't know. That's such a great idea. That game. I think the weirdest thing with the Switch's lineup at the moment is that there are all those ports that just don't have release dates. Like, why do you not have a date for your fucking Rayman Legends port? It's Rayman Legends. That game's on a lot of things. It's on the fucking Vita. Why is there no date for Steep? Like, no one's that excited for Steep that they're gonna buy it any real day other than launch. And I don't know why Steep wasn't a launch game. That doesn't make any sense to me, because, like, who cares about Steep? I might have considered buying Steep if it was a launch game, but now who cares? Who cares? Bayonetta ports. I'm a maybe on Bayonetta ports, but I'm feeling that this is the time for Bayonetta 3.
I don't know.
You're not feeling it? Cause, okay, this is pretty heavily influenced by that day that Platinum was just putting up a load of Bayonetta clips looped 3 times, which was pretty weird. And, you know, why else would they be doing that? Hyrule Warriors. Think they're gonna port Hyrule Warriors? I know they got Fire Emblem on the way, but they could just fucking throw that out there and people would probably buy it. TMS. I'd buy TMS. I don't know how many other people would. It's probably a bad idea. What's the opinion on Mario Maker?
I think it's a bit early for a sequel.
Oh, I mean, just porting Mario Maker.
Oh. I could see that.
I don't know
if they don't have anything else.
Because here's the thing. It's got to work in dock mode. Unfortunately, it's just impossible for them to port Star Fox Guard. It's a real tragedy that that gem of the Wii U will be lost to time with it. Pokken Tournament, because they have all those new characters added to the arcade version that they never released as DLC. Like, they're still updating that arcade game, and they've done none of that to the console version at all, which makes me think that Super Pokken Tournament is probably on its way to Switch.
I can't really see that. Because, I mean, did anyone buy Pokken? I didn't.
Well, did anyone buy a Wii U?
I mean, that's fair, but did anyone on the Wii U buy
Well, no, because here's the thing, like, they look at how fucking amazing Mario Kart has done, and, like, they're gonna port all these fucking games. If that's how well they're gonna do, you know? Obviously, they're not all going to do as well as Mario Kart because they're not all Mario Kart, and they're not all launching a month after the console. But still, you know, will Xenoblade release this year?
I doubt it.
Definitely no. Definitely no. I don't think there's any way that game releases this year. A lot of people think Mario's going to get delayed. I'm not feeling that. Really.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can afford to delay it.
If they have something in its place, I think they can. And it seems like they have enough brewing.
I think the only thing that they could feasibly get away with delaying it for is Smash.
See, I think Smash, I feel like Smash would be sitting in August. I don't know why.
I think that, yeah.
Because I think the thing they're trying to hit is a big game a month, and so far, they seem to be sort of skipping that this month. From what ARMS is in June, so we had Zelda first month, Mario Kart this month, well last month, nothing this month really, as far as I know. ARMS next month, Splatoon the month after, and then you have August, September, October, November, and December, of course. I'm thinking August. August feels like Smash. You could put Smash there. It's the right amount of time after E3 for them to go, hey, Smash is coming out. Enjoy it. Then September feels like Fire Emblem to me. I don't know why. They'll probably put a few games out in November, as they are wont to do. Maybe Mario, maybe Xenoblade if we're lucky. Maybe whatever Retro have going on. I feel like they'll announce Animal Crossing at E3, but it won't be coming until next year. That feels like a safe bet to me. Yeah, I'm thinking on a very 2017 level, and I think a lot of this E3 might be moved. Actually, August September could be.
Could be what?
That would make a lot of
cut
sense.
out.
Rabbits. That would make a lot of sense. That feels like a place to put that. Yeah, I feel like we're focusing a lot on the 2017 end of things, whereas there's a lot of stuff that could definitely be coming next year. I think Animal Crossing for next year is a pretty solid bet. Pokemon also, yeah, that's coming this year definitely.
Yeah,
I don't think a new Pokemon will come this year, but
no, it's Stars. They've
at
announced
the very least,
Stars.
Yeah, Stars.
They've announced Stars.
Not technically.
No, I think they have.
No. They've announced that they are making games for Switch, but they haven't announced that it is Stars.
No, there was something about Stars confirmed.
Well, I think that game will be announced before E3 though, definitely because I was reading today that apparently the last 3-4 Pokemon games have been announced they've all been announced in May. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was announced today 3 years ago. Star's definitely coming. I think that's a dead cert. Yeah. Retro Studios are working on something.
Are they?
Yeah. They're working on something because that's their fucking job. They're paid to do that.
Yeah.
But also they're definitely working on something because they recently got a new composer in, and that doesn't really happen early in development. I think the developer they got was the composer of Deus Ex, which is an interesting one, like the original Deus Ex, which is a real good soundtrack, but also it makes me think, I wonder what sort of game this is, because I don't think he'd fit particularly well for Donkey Kong. He might fit pretty well for Metroid, but I'm thinking it's something new. Something like... I kind of think it should be Western. I think they should go for a more Western style of game, because the Switch kind of needs that. And I think coming from Nintendo first party is definitely a way to do that. Like, what big... Is there a big Western exclusive on the Switch at the moment coming? I don't think there really is. Like, even the Wii U had fucking Zombie U, you know? And obviously that game got mangled eventually by being ported to PS4, losing literally every piece of appeal it had.
Wasn't it? I heard recently that it was actually supposed to be pretty good.
On Wii U, yes. But yeah, lost a lot in translation.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Like, yeah, from what I heard, like, the only good thing about it was its integration.
Well, there was some cool stuff, but that had been like... There was some cool stuff, but like that had been done by other things better by the time it came out on PS4.
Yeah.
So at a point, it's just like, yeah, the Wii U version was the one to go for. Yeah, there, definitely. I feel like we're not doing too great here, I'll be honest. I know it's bad to say that on a podcast, but I've just realized I probably shouldn't.
You called out?
Good.
No, what did you... Text me what you said.
We're not doing too good here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, so let's change it. Make it interesting. So...
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean... I don't think... Yeah, so they need to do something big this E3. Well, that's kind of, like, apparent. Like, cause,
wow, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, the Switch is selling pretty well.
Let's just go through a bunch of fucking bullshit games.
No, we don't need to go through every single game.
No, I'm not saying that, obviously. But, do we think we're getting, say, fucking... Well, do you think there's going to be an F-Zero? No. I don't think there's going to be an F-Zero.
No,
I think
there's... Yeah. Don't think so.
I think if they made an F-Zero, it'd do well, but I don't think they're going to make an F-Zero.
I mean, to me, the closest thing we have to F-Zero at the moment is 200cc in Mario Kart.
200cc is pretty good, to be perfectly honest. But
I was playing it yesterday with my brother.
Yeah.
Like, what we did is we turned, just to fuck everything, we turned motion controls on, auto accelerate on, but then we allowed ourselves to have the smart steering.
Oh, I thought you were going to turn the smart steering off and just do auto accelerate. All you had to do was steer. Yeah, you know what I'd like to see? And I'd take it as a 3DS game. Advance Wars. Give me an Advance Wars game in the style of, like with the fucking Fire Emblem Fates, like, 2 branches thing. Just give me, like, Fire Emblem Fates and Awakening, but in a bullshit modern military setting. That'd be great. I'd like that. But that's probably not going to happen, because who the hell cares about Advance Wars? What's the likeliness of a localization of Nintendo Classic? You know what I'm about to say right here. The classic unlocalized Nintendo game we all really need to see. Captain Rainbow.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say, yeah. I thought you were gonna say something else there for a second. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And of course, Mother 3. Oh yeah, Virtual Console. When are we seeing Virtual Console?
I think that's I think they're gonna announce it at E3. I think that's kind of a given.
I felt like Virtual Console was the thing to have for the pre E3 Direct, but we've gone past the pre E3 Direct, so yeah. It's man, I'd be really cool with a new Captain Rainbow. That game seems fucking insane, and I'd love to see it in English. 'Cause you know Captain Rainbow was So he's just
I'm thinking of Beautiful Joe, so no.
yeah. Okay, Captain Rainbow, well, is a washed-up super, and he goes to an island that grants wishes, and the interesting thing is a lot of bullshit. I'm saying bullshit a lot today. I don't know why. But he has to solve the problems of a bunch of old Nintendo side characters. Like, he meets Birdo.
Birdo?
Birdo, yes.
Favorite Birdo.
He meets Little Mac, who has put on a lot of weight, and he needs to help Little Mac.
What? Why have they not localized this?
He was an assist trophy in Smash 4.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm looking at the box now.
His wish Takemaru wishes to control his excitement around women. Other characters include the golfer from NES Golf. Tracy from Link.
What?
She wishes to enslave all the men in the world.
Okay.
This game better get localized at some point, even by fans. You know, it's.
Yeah, but I think it's much easier to sort of do what the Mother 3 people did to like a GBA game than it
yeah, I know it is. But you know, in time. I'm not saying I want it next week. I'm saying I want it by the time I'm dead.
That's probably when we'll get Mother 3.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Do you think they're gonna give us Mother 3? I don't think they. Like every year, I think just like my I think the
you know what
in my own head
just as bad as Amiibo Festival that happened that same E3. The Mother 1 announcement.
Mother 1, yeah.
The Mother 1 announcement when Itoi came on screen.
Yeah,
and I just exploded.
Yeah, you just got shat on that E3.
Yeah.
It was great.
What did I get out of that E3? God
See, the only thing I really cared about then was fucking Pokemon. Still, really, the the Pokemon stuff usually had their own. They have their own announcements, so that I was fine with that.
Yeah. I'm wondering, a general thing about E3. I'm wondering, how long has it got left? Because I don't know if you know about this, but E3's kind of getting. It's getting smaller every year.
Yeah,
they've opened it up.
They had to open up to the public.
They didn't open it up to the public by much. It was probably about, I think it's like 2,000 tickets of however many. And the thing about E3 is that like I don't think the way E3 was, from everything I hear, it does not work as a public show. Like there were public people who got in anyway. They just fucking like they knew a guy. Like I heard one story about two. They managed to get in every year despite never having a press pass. And the first time they got in, it was that their friend's girlfriend, no, one of their brother's girlfriend's brother worked in the setup company for one of the booths, and they got in because of that.
I mean,
the alternative to that is just fucking. Like just making up a games business and being like, "Yep, I want to check out. I want to check out what's going on in the industry." You know, I'm looking to get into this video game business. You don't even have to make up a business. You just have to say you're considering getting into it. It was pretty easy to get into E3.
I mean, I think we can safely say that E3 is dead when Organised Nonsense applies for a press pass and we are approved.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, I'm gonna see if we can do that right now.
I think it might be a bit late to get me through press pass, Kevin.
Shut up, Reidy. I'm doing this right now.
Okay.
Apparently last year there were 50,000 people at it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I wonder how... I don't think there are 50,000 people working in the games press. I'm just going
No.
to say that right here. Well, there are probably 50,000 people working in the quote-unquote games press. But I don't think there are 50,000 people working in the quote-unquote games press.
This doesn't work over over audio.
Yeah.
Media registration. Requirements. Qualifications of all media outlets will be determined by the registration staff. Print media. We are not print media.
We can.
Websites and podcasts must be fully previously established and operational for at least 6 months. We've been going for 3 times.
Yeah,
now.
we have. Yeah, we have.
Wait,
were there people trying making up podcasts just to get into E3?
And updated regularly with original content and
here we are.
Yeah, and the current interactive entertainment industry news. That's what we're doing right now.
That's all we'd ever do.
To qualify as an online media, please provide all of the following: a copy of your driver's license or government-issued photo identification.
Okay.
With your name and date of birth. No one under 17 will be permitted. Shit.
I mean, that's
next
all right.
year.
You know.
Next year. Skip the leaving cert.
They used to have, actually, I know one person I once got in on a youth press pass to E3, and I don't know how that happened. He was like 14, 15 at the time.
Jesus. No,
he lived in Chicago.
In college, if Organised Nonsense is still a thing, we're applying to go to E3.
Do you have to pay money for press pass?
I mean, we have to pay to go there, as in like.
I know we have to go there, but do you have to pay for entry? Also, I don't really want to go to E3. We wouldn't have any appointments, so we wouldn't really get to do anything.
Copy of your business card. Yeah. We don't have a business card.
That's the thing I was trying to say. Basically, from all I hear, everything cool that goes on at E3 is for press only, basically. And you need an appointment. Everything's in press rooms. And
we're press.
Who are we going to get appointments with, Kevin?
What? You're trying to say that Kojima won't take an appointment with us?
I don't think Kojima takes an appointment with fucking anyone. Kojima walks on that stage and he walks off and he goes to the cinema and he watches whatever they have 4 times. I've been feeling pretty down on Kojima recently. I don't know why.
I got to use Konami as an example in a business essay. I felt pretty proud of myself for that.
Yeah, I think it's the way he's being about Death Stranding, because and in a way it's the same way he was being about MGS5, but also now there's a bunch of Kojima fans are worse than ever. I'll say that, because now they have an underdog complex, even though they are now being bankrolled by a fucking console maker, you know? It's annoying. I'm not on. I'm not on that Death Stranding train in the same way I was on that MGS5 train.
Chugga.
I'm gonna go to the Death Stranding subreddit right now. Me and Christian went to the MGS5 Chapter 3 subreddit a few weeks ago, and that was an experience, a fun time. They still think that game isn't done. Those poor little boys. Reddit.com//Death Stranding, and it's just bullshit. It's oh my fucking god. It's the top post on r/Death Stranding right now is Guillermo del Toro retweeting this tweet with a picture of a tweet, which is 2 pictures. One of Norman Reedus in the Death Stranding trailer, in a similar pose to Norman Reedus in the Silent Hills trailer, and someone thinks that Del Toro retweeting that obviously must mean that Death Stranding is Silent Hills. Obviously. What else could it be? Masahiro Ito? People thinking that Masahiro Ito is involved in Death Stranding, because of course.
What did he do again? Which guy is he?
Silent Hill. He did some Silent Hill stuff. But like, they just... I'm going to sort by top and see what crazy shit they believe. Wait, what? Fan theory here, Let It Die is Death Stranding.
What?
What?
I have several questions.
Let's sort by top now. All time. This one makes some sense. This is basically my opinion on Death Stranding at the moment. Death Stranding as a game does not exist. Kojima really just wants to make some music videos.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the
Oh
case.
my fuck. Okay, this one here is a diagram of... So you know in the Death Stranding trailer with the 5 figures floating in the sky?
Yeah.
They have decided... They have... very far, and they drew a little line, which obviously means that the figure is holding a baby. What? The fuck do you mean? What? I like, this beggars... I'm gonna show you this right now, Kevin. I know this doesn't come across well in an audio, but here it is.
In an audio.
In an audio. But there it is. That's their theory, right there.
What? What?
Oh. I hate...
That
That's
seemed
right.
like a good as place as any to wrap
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
People are dumb.
See you, everyone.
See you next week. People are dumb.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Only a 40 ounce away from freedom, and only an ounce of those rainbows, cloud nine high, heavenly kingdom, and loving is all I got, so you can call me Dr. Green Thumb, like a Cadillac, sitting clean, son, lay back, every time that I'm speaking, putting ash and cinder, but I can spit those bars like a fucking machine gun. Your Highness, I am vivid and you're blinded if you witness this here eclipse, like you have seen suns, new levels keep blowing, volcano sweets gone, handheld vaporizers hanging out like some beach bums, vagabond.